What's up? So I've been thinking, how did I figure out things for myself? And I realize I probably don't really have everything figured out yet. I just recall that throughout my life, I've never really felt comfortable with the whole labeling stuff. And I know since I was a little kid that there are girls, there are boys. But to me, people are people. And I didn't really see a very distinct difference other than like girls usually had longer hair, or they wore skirts and they didn't like running around like I did with the other boys, or like belching to see who can burp the longest and loudest. But yeah, also I think like at the daycare there was this kid, and he just walked out without pants, and I was like, what is that? And then later on I asked my mother, I was like, so what are those things down there? But anyways, this is another story. I know I came across the word, I think my first transgender word was like FTM, because in middle school I would try so hard to be something that I wasn't. Like I would try dressing up, and then I was like, this is really uncomfortable, it looks really forced. And then I gave up on that because like I hated when people would point it out that it was different. And then I would just start searching things like how to look more like a boy, how to look more like a guy. And then it started coming up with like FTM tips and stuff, and I was like, what is this FTM? What does this stand for? And then I started learning more vocabulary. But I think the first thing that hit home-ish was when a friend I would go home with every day, freshman year, I think, of high school, she was saying that the word, since I didn't, at the time, I was very unsure about what I wanted. Like, if I wanted to be, I knew for sure I didn't want female stuff. I still know for sure I don't want female stuff. He stuff is him, takes time to get used to, but I'm really liking it. Especially the people that are really supportive of it, and they adamantly call me he, stuff like that. But she was saying that I probably would really like to get into, I'm a very androgynous person. Now I don't think I've thought, words are difficult. Okay, I'm an androgynous person. I generally older people, older men and women, and then young kids will try saying, they're like, hey, what are you doing there, you little boy? Or like little kids are like, Mom, is that a boy? And then usually I've noticed it's more of a teenager or a 20s to middle age, where people really want to label you as your sex or what they think you are, regardless of what you really are. And I don't know, that just bothers me. But what was I talking about? Androgyny. Yes, I think anything that gives me away, probably my face and my height. sad. But, hopefully that can change. Probably more confidence. Be more confident. Be more manly. Pass more as a guy. Except I'd be one of those really, that's like my father. He's a like a little macho man. He's 5'5", but whenever he meets new people, he makes it a point to act all tough and like, hey, how are you? Or like, what is this? But I mean, I guess it could be like that. And then I guess it probably doesn't help with my Japanese upbringing with my mother that it is very, very, very important to never look anyone really in the eye for that long, or like just don't look at them. Look at everything else but their face. And then also to be polite, you have to like smile and laugh. But I guess it's mainly a girl thing. They all giggle, laugh all the time. And that has been instilled in me, and it's very, very hard to get rid of that. I hate gender norms, but that could be talked about later. But I started finding the transgender, trans guy stuff calling to me in a way. And I don't know, I don't know if I would get bottom surgery, but I know for sure top surgery is happening. I'm hopefully getting on T soon. I have an appointment that's exciting on the September 11th. I made a call and they're like, let's do it. Except you need a letter, this, that, we're gonna do blood work. And I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm really nervous about that. But I have some support. They're really nice. And speaking of support, my mother is now fully accepting to this, and she is just willing to help me, even though she has voiced her opinions that surgery is not really a big thing, or like adding stuff to your body that you weren't given is kind of she grew up with not, that's like too much expenses, or not natural. Like you could, why do something to what you were given? But then again, I don't see how that logic works, because like, if you're sick, you'll take medicine, then you get better. But my father, on the other hand, I came at like I came out to him, and then I don't see him that often, so that might also be a factor to it. But then he went straight back to just being like, I'm so proud of my daughter for this and that, and my two lovely daughters, because he's closest to us, since I'm the youngest on his side, because he has 5 kids. I have 3 older half-brothers and 1 half-sister. But yeah, that'll be something to ease him into. I still need to explain stuff to family members that I'm not really close to, or even though, like, I don't know. I need to get stuff figured out in my life. But yeah, ciao.